Namaste. Today in this video we are going to discuss about artificial agent. Okay. In previous video we have discussed about the introduction of artificial intelligence, and we know that artificial intelligence is a developing machine which can act as like human, which can think rationally, which can think like as human, and which can act rationally. Yes. So artificial agent is nothing that can be viewed as perceiving the environment through sensor and perform the action by actuators. Yes, since we know that the artificial intelligence is the machine which act as like human, so let us consider we as an agent. Then we view the environment. So our eye is our sensor. Yes, we hear the music, so our ear is our sensor, and perform the action according to the sensed from the environment. Yes, so it can be modeled as, okay, so let us draw a simple architecture of agent. So we have sensor, yes, and our mind process it, so that is processor, and actuator. Actuator means our limbs, mouth, legs. Yes, so we perceive the environment. Okay, yes, from sense organs. That may be nose, that may be ear, that may be skin. Yes, and the sense message is processed by processor, and processor controls the actuators. Yes, so it commands the actuators to perform some action in environment. So this is how our body works. Similarly, we can model this concept in machine by using artificial intelligence. Yes, so this is the simple architecture for artificial agent, or simply called as agent. Okay, agent perceive the environment through sensors. Yes, perceive the environment through sensors, and agent function maps the perceived information with perceived histories. Okay, so when we do some mathematics, we remember the histories. Yes, when we do 22 into 22, we can remember, or we count the matter. Yes, so this is stored in our mind. That means perceived histories. Okay, and so I have said earlier that there is agent function F, P, and actuator. Okay, perceive the environment, process it, and actuator. So agent program runs in the physical architecture to produce this F. So agent is combined form of agent programs and agent architecture. Okay, program means the processor, and the architecture is whole body, and performs the action in the environment. So agent can be classified into 5 types. Okay, so let us discuss the types of agent. First is table driven agent. Okay, let us first draw the architecture. It will be easy to understand. Sensor, okay, which sense the environment, and what is the world is like now. Okay, what is the world like now? And according to the world, what action is or should, okay, should do now. Okay, and actuators. So here is table look up for entire history. So here is environment, okay. So we perceived an actuator action. Yes. So table driven agent perceive from sensors and sees how is the world like now and performs the action according to the lookup table for entire streets. Okay, that means this is database. Looks up the database and performs the action according to it in the environment through actuators. Okay, and next type of agent is model based reflex agent. Okay, sorry, simple reflex agent, not model based, simple reflex agent. Okay, so let us draw architecture first. It is similar with the table driven agent. This part only is different. Okay, so let us copy it. It will be easy. Sensor. Okay, same. What is the world is like now? What action should do now? Okay, and actuator. I have said earlier this part is only different. Yes, so in place of this we write condition action rules. Okay, and is same ENVT, that is environment. Okay, sorry, the arrow is here. Perceived and actuator performs action. So in simple reflex agent, this part on is different. Condition action rules mean the inference rule. Okay, if then rule, if and then rule only. Okay, if A then B, this type of rules is called condition action rule. According to condition A we perform B. Okay, and it is fast but too simple. Okay, this agent is faster than the table driven agent, but it is too simple and it has no memory, so it cannot store any storage. But in table driven agent there is storage as lookup table database, and it fails, this agent fails in partially observable environment. Okay, there is no total information, that means. Okay, now let us move to the next types of agent, that is model based reflex agent. Okay, so next agent is model based reflex agent. So let us draw the architecture. Okay, sensor, and it is same. What is the world like now? okay, and what should or what action should do now, or sometimes it can be written as what action I should do now. Okay, it is same. And actuator, so perceived, yes, and action, so this is environment. Okay, now, so the difference is it looks on the state. Model based reflex agent looks on the state, so state, okay, current state and next state. And it also has how the world evolve, how the current state has been reached. Okay, it looks how the current state or current problem is solved in the previous histories. Okay, and next one is what may action do. That means if this action is performed, this action can do something. Yes, so what may this action do? Before performing the process, it looks what may this action do. And lastly, it looks condition action rule. Okay, after looking after seeing how the world evolved and what may this action do, it performs the condition action rule. That means after reading these two terms, it look up the condition and performs the action, and that action is performed by actuator. And this can work with partial environment or partial observable environment. Okay, and for unclear goal it cannot work. And next type of agent is goal based agent. Okay, goal based agent, so it is somehow similar to model based reflex agent. Okay, sensor, what is the world is like now. Next one is what it will be like if I do as A. Okay, and next one is what action I should do now. Okay, and here is actuators, so perceived, okay, from environment, yes, and actuator performs action. So here it is like, so how it also looks up as state. Yes, I have said earlier it is similar to a model based reflex agent. So it looks up the state, okay, how the world evolved, similar to the model based reflex agent, The difference is, in model based reflex agent, what made action do, this part is written in this as in condition action rule. Okay, so and next part is what may action do. And what action should I do? Okay, before doing the action, it checks the goal. Does the action provides goal or not? Since it based on goal, so it is called goal based agent. Okay, and it does not learn, and this agent keeps track of the world state as well as goal, and it try to achieve the goal and choose the action that will lead to the goal. Yes, since it is a goal based agent, it tries to lead to the goal by performing the action. And last one agent is learning agent. Okay, so learning agent. Okay, so let us draw the architecture first. So here is performance element, or it is also known as PE in simple form, and critic element. Okay, criticizing. Okay, remember criticizing element. Next one is learning element. Next one is problem generator. These are the main 4 elements of the learning agent. Okay, so here is a sensor. It perceives from environment. Okay, and so here is also performance element. Sorry, it is a performance standard. Okay, not element, standard. So sensor sense or perceive from environment and provides it to performance element. Okay, and performance element is responsible for external action. That means it deals with external action, with environment. Okay, and it generates knowledge, and that is learned by learning element, that is responsible for making improvements. Okay, if new idea is developed, then the learning elements learn. So it also changes action rule. Okay, sorry, action rule. That means if new rule arises, it changes it. So it also changes action rule. Okay, and perform the action through actuators. And if the performance standard is changed, then it have to go through critic. So that means feedback. Okay, so critic element is used by learning element that has to be learned after feedback. Okay, so it is so it looks the current environment and evaluates it. Okay, so evaluates current world state. Okay, critic, and provides the feedback to the learning element. So this is learning goal. Okay, it provides learning goal to the problem generator, and problem generator is responsible for suggestion and exploration of new knowledge. Okay, and after these changes, the performance element command the actuator to perform action on environment. Okay, so this is how learning agent works. So these are the types of agent, and let us discuss about task environment for the agent. Okay, so task environment is accounted by 4 parameters. They are performance measure, environment, actuator, and sensor. That is also known as PEAS parameter. Performance measure, environment, actuator, and sensor. Yes. So let us consider for automatic taxi driver. So for it, performance measure is speed. In how much speed does it run? Okay, that may be punctuality. Okay, LITY. Okay, and that may be handling. Is it safe or not? Okay, and E. Okay, environment. For a taxi, what may be the environment? Road is the environment. Okay, traffic light is also environment for it. Next one, pedestrian, and next vehicle may be the environment. Okay, and A, what are the actuators? There may be steering wheel, there may be wipers, yes, etc. They are the actuator. And sensor, what are the sensor for the automatic taxi driver? Okay, there may be radar, there may be camera, there may be fog sensor, etc. So these are the PH parameter for automatic taxi driver. Okay, so in this way we have discussed about the artificial agent. Yes, so let us revise it thoroughly. Yes, so agent is nothing or anything. Okay, sorry, not nothing. Agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving the environment through sensor and performing the action in the environment through actuators. Yes, so the agent sense the environment and use the agent function to map with the past histories and perform action through the actuator. So that is FPAS. And we have discussed about the types of agent. So firstly we have discussed about, which was it? Okay, table driven agent. So table driven agent, it looks after the table. Yes, according to past histories, it performed the action. And simple reflex agent, the difference was here. Yes, condition and action rules. So it performs the action according to the condition. If A then B. Yes, and simple after simple reflex agent, there was model based reflex agent. So it looks up at the state and according to evolution of world, it considers what may my action do, and after reading this, it performs the action. Yes, it performs the action according to condition action rule. And goal based agent, so it deals with the goal. Yes, it performs the action to reach the goal. Yes, and learning agent, it consists of mainly 4 elements. They are critic element, learning element, and performance element. Yes, so this agent learns the knowledge and performs the action according to the knowledge. So this is learning agent. Last one we discuss about task environment. Yes, so they are PS parameter. Thank you, and we will be discussing about problem solving and searching in next video. Okay, thank you and bye bye.